Lizard.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we are going to be prepping for calling Montreal, which is this weekend. So I have to admit, I have been playing a lot of Silver Age recently with, calling San Diego and the first 2 weeks of ProQuest season being Silver Age. And I have not played a ton of CC since Compendium of Wraith released. Now, I've been doing some testing over the last couple of days, just trying to get back into that classic constructed swing. And I, sort of something crazy happening over the next 3 or 4 days. We play Invictor this weekend. The horse is back because the horse is unplayable in Silver Age, basically. So yeah, I'm very excited to be back on Victor. I have made some updates to the list. We are going to talk about those updates, and then we're going to jump in and play some games. Whew, I'm out of breath for some reason. God, I had to run in there and grab something really quick that I realized right before the stream started. We do have a few things to talk about tonight. We did this in Calling San Diego. We're going to be doing this again. If you are coming to Calling Montreal, be one of the first 10 people to come see me, and you get a very cool Agroblaze exclusive Might token. Just for anybody who's curious, it is foil. It is like a Lyeth Might token, and you can kind of see the foiling on it. The light's kind of weird. Comes with its own Agroblaze sleeve. All you got to do is be one of the first 10 people to come see me at Calling Montreal on Saturday, and you can have one of these tokens. It's that easy. All you got to do is come say hi. Let's go, Electrum, with the 18 months of Prime support. Yo, Electrum, thank you so much for the 18 months of Prime support. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. Crazy that one day I decided to step off the horse you get back on. Just played Marlin at my armory. Yo, how was Marlin? Yo, let's go, Copper, with the $20 super chat. Hope you're doing good. Look forward to the stream. And I picked a Bullseye Bracers gold foil. Yo, that's a sweet gold foil to pick up. Gold foil. Full, you hear that southern draw coming out there. It's really good in Lexi and Silver Age, if nothing else. I don't really know if it's being played in Marlin, but still, I like picking up gold foils. I actually bought a Titan's Fist the other day, but thank you so much for the $20 super chat, and that's super awesome to hear about your gold foil. I love that for you. And let's go. Mike Way, that's how we're going to go with that. Thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we have 3 questions we ask everybody. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? If you've been here for a while and you've never answered those questions, throw them in the chat. Love to get to know more about you while we're here. All right, let's say hi to everybody. Mekado, Steve, Dave, Zach, Electrum. All right, here we go. Geese, Jercode, Copper, Electrum again over on YouTube. Let's go. Martin, Ben, Donnie, Joe. I think I hit everybody. And Copper. I think I hit everybody. If not, I apologize. Yo, Dot, what's up, dude? Those Might tokens are clean as hell. Yo, thank you. I appreciate that. Those are beautiful. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that, dude. I'm very excited to have worked with Opus Arts. Their name's Gage. to have made these, so they're really cool. And I'm going to be handing them out. I'm going to be giving out 10 of these at Calling Montreal and then also at Calling Memphis. And I dare say we'll be doing some of them at Pro Tour Yokohama as well. I ordered 50 to start because, I have to pay so much for them. But anyway, I thought they were really cool. My name's Mike. Pirate Necromancer got me into the game, and Plain and Simple Ketchup. Well, let's go. Mike, welcome to Flesh and Blood. Welcome to the channel. I'm happy you're here with us, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot.
You love to see it.
Assassin Seattle style. Yo, what is Seattle style? I've never heard of that, actually. I have never heard of that. I've never heard Seattle style before. Gob Pion. Thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch as well. We got those same 3 questions for you. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. Missed my notification. Thought you weren't streaming for a bit. No, I am definitely streaming. Definitely streaming. Yo, NQ, what's up, dude? Yo, did you say call me out or unsub? I just saw that. That's hilarious. I'm Johannes. Johannes, that's what I'm going to go with. Or Jay, my friend, got me into Flesh and Blood and are a warrior main. I don't eat hot dogs. Okay, well, that works, Jay. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. It means a lot. Let's go, Rose, with the $5 super chat. Rose, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Gravy is the GOAT. Nah.
I'm in danger.
Nah. Raven. Let's go, Raven. All right, so my name's Raven. Guardian. Yo, let's go. Absolutely. Guardian got you into the game. You love to see it. Light ketchup, spicy mustard, and relish. Well, let's go. Raven, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Flesh and Blood. We're glad you're here. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Appreciate you being here and chilling. Seattle style adds cream cheese to the mix. Okay. Seattle style is bun, cream cheese, Thousand Island dressing, jalapenos, mustard, and caramelized onions. Interesting. That is really interesting. I'm kind of here for that. I've never tried it, but I'm kind of here for it. A little abusive parasocial relationship is good for the soul. Honestly, it is. Like, it's good that you guys keep me in check. Like, every now and again, you guys just need to be like, listen, streamer boy, do the thing. Like, like, that's just kind of how it goes. I'm here for it. Yo, let's go. Boom Boom Sauce and Martin with the Prime subs over on Twitch. Yo, Boom Boom Sauce and Martin, thank you so much. Let's go. Boom Boom was 6 months, and then Martin was 16 months. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Really appreciate that. Call me Gob. All right, I'm here for it. Friend made me try it out, and I'm hooked. Ketchup mustard on a Costco dog. I've never actually had a Costco hot dog, but I have been told they are elite of the elite. Well, Gob, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Flesh and Blood. We're glad you're here, and we're glad you're hanging out with us. I appreciate you chilling with us. Hey, what's up, Valor? How are you, buddy? If I speak, I get in trouble. That is how I feel sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much, but, I am sitting in a room by myself playing cards. It's weird because it never feels like I'm by myself, if that makes any sense. Like, I technically, when you think about this, I'm sitting in a room by myself, talking to no one. Is kind of how it feels. But I never feel that way. Like, I never feel like I'm alone. Like, I don't know. Like, you guys being here and hanging out and chatting, like, always makes me feel super loved. Yeah, but I'm not by myself. Exactly, Rose. Exactly. Name's Elliot, and Tyler, owner of Mindful Games, got me into Fab, and plain onions, mustard, and ketchup. All right, let's go. Well, dude, Elliot, welcome to the channel, man. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're hanging out with us. I know you've been with us for a while, but I still like to welcome everybody. The demon is always with you. All right, so I feel like you went a completely different direction with that than I went. So yeah, interesting take, Rose. Marlin was really fun. I even beat a Victor on the deck, which felt heartbreaking, and then I won. That's funny. I've been told that Marlin is a lot of fun and actually like kind of in an okay spot this weekend. I don't know. I have to admit, I'm gonna put some pretty high standards on our boy right now, but I think Taylor's gonna have a good run this weekend. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm normally not like, I normally don't say things like that because people think it's like superstitious or bad luck or whatever. But like, I've just got a feeling. I've just got a feeling that like Taylor's just gonna have a good run this weekend. I don't know. Just a feeling I have. So hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I'm right. When I stream my paintings and the viewers are only lurking, it definitely feels like I'm talking to myself. I mean, Donnie, I get it, you know? Like I spent a lot of time, you know, like when I first started streaming, like it felt like Carly and like my cousin Kyle and Ben were like the only people that watched. And like, you know, I was a new streamer. That's how it was. So like it was funny. Like it's just funny to look back on that and think about those days. I get it. Let Sam win. I think Sam could use a win this weekend. Oh, if Taylor wins a calling, we'll never hear the end of it. The fact that like he's, you know, came in second place is like a saving grace for us. And I mean that as respectfully as possible. So right now there is a hype train over on Twitch. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know what that means. It's a level 1 hype train. I know that when you subscribe, like it adds to the hype train, like bits and things like that. I think I really don't know what it means. Like, so I don't know if you guys know what the hype train means and that's something cool and you want to participate. I would appreciate it. It would mean a lot over on Twitch. Anyway, now that I'm done plugging money, we already talked about these once, but don't forget, come see me, Calling Montreal, one of the first 10 people to come see me. You get your very own custom Agroblaze Might token. I've got 10 of these things I'm bringing with me. Also, as like a change, like an update, there are some updates coming to my content. And I'm going to talk about this while I'm live. Like it's probably better if I post a video so more people can see it and stuff like that. But you know, with content and like, you know, and metafy and all these different things, there are a few different things that like I think I would like to incorporate into my content to be able to like, you know, add value for the community and to like make it better in a certain way. So none of it is like a bad thing, at least in my opinion. I think it's all a good thing. But there are some changes coming to content. Like we're not going to stop streaming. There's no less streams coming. I'm still going to be live, like, you know, 3-4 days a week. Posting like the podcast going to be up every week. Shorts, you know, like 6 or 7 days a week. However, I post shorts all the time. You know, all that kind of stuff you can still expect. But I'm hoping to add some stuff as far as content's concerned. So, you know, check that out. And I'm really going to try and like, you know, make the content space on metafy a newer thing. And I don't mean like stuff that you have to pay for. Like I'm going to start a tournament report, like guide on metafy that's going to be completely free. And it's going to have like little jots and notes where I just like talk about my matchups, my games, you know, things like that. And like, you know, the events and weekends and stuff like that. And it's going to be like a living free guide for people. So you guys can go back and see my notes and stuff like that. So if you are not on the metafy train, if you have not seen like, you know, like you can like basically follow me on metafy. I think !metafy will get you a link to it. You know, but that'll be a good place to see that. And so just trying to incorporate and get more things involved. We're also going to look at doing like a Q&A session once a week. So that is going to be like strictly for like, you know, like YouTube memberships and like, you know, like, it's going to be like strictly for like YouTube memberships and like metafy subscribers and stuff like that. But we're going to be looking to do like a Q&A session once a week where basically for an hour, you can just come and pick my brain. We'll talk about decks, events, things like that. And just a way to like build that relationship with the community more is something that I'm looking to do. So anyway, if that's something you guys are interested in, that is all stuff that I have like coming up that I'm going to try to like do. I'm hoping to get a lot of that started next week. I would like to have the first Q&A session next week when I get back from Montreal. You know, so, but anyway, I've got to get some of those things put in place this week so that we can all have set up for that. And so that's kind of where I'm at and what's going on. So my man said good because I definitely have questions. I love it. I crave the horse. It's my birthday today. Show me those current changes, works, and fixtures. Okay, first off, Alan, happy birthday, man. That's awesome. Happy birthday. I have no idea how young you are turning today, but happy birthday. I figure Montreal Q&A would be fun, like just talk about stuff. Yo, James, what's up with the 10 months of Prime support? Let's go, James. Thank you so much for the 10 months of Prime support over on Twitch. I appreciate that a whole bunch. It means a lot. Yes, I did say 6 or 7 times a week, but I spared you all from the joke. I did my best. Have I ever played Acilio? Yes, I have played Acilio like quite a few times. I like the deck. It's very fun and very powerful right now. 41 today. I'm old as fuck. Dude, if it makes you feel any better, and I don't think it will, but I'm about to be 30. I'm about to be 30 in June, y'all. Like, I mean... feel like it's all down here. Turning it into a breakpoints thing could be fun. The absolute best hot dog topping I've tried is potato salad. Ooh. Carly, write that one down. Potato salad. Potato salad is hype. Anyway, we've talked about a lot of the stuff that's coming and things that are happening. Let's talk about Victor. Now, short of, something crazy happening this week, I'm going to be playing Victor at Calling Montreal this weekend. Oh, one thing that we should talk about, tomorrow night, we are going to have, as long as something doesn't come up, we are going to have one of my new teammates on. His name is Jesse. You guys might know him from YouTube as Min-Maxing Fab as the Puffin guy. He has been working on this really cool pirate Puffin deck. Him and Emma, who's also on the team, have been working on this pirate Puffin deck. And Jesse is going to come on the channel tomorrow night and showcase it for us. And we're going to talk about it. And he's going to answer all your questions. Because God knows I won't be able to be. So, yeah, 30. I'm almost dead already. That's like how I feel about it, right? You look pretty good for a person from the 1900s. Huskaroo, that was great, dude. I love that. That was great. Dot said I'm already 30. Oh. You just opened the new Crown of Dominion gym pack? Oh, nice. 30 in June? Yeah, no, I mean, just take me out back and just hang me up. Let's shoot me. So starting off, taking a look at the equipment base, nothing has really changed as far as the equipment is concerned. We are still playing a lot of the same equipment. We are now on 43 cards in the main deck as opposed to 45, I believe is what we were playing originally. So I was playing 2 copies of Peck Perfect in the main deck. I have decided to move away from those for extra sideboard slots to fit the meta in a better way. I think that the meta is shifting into a different way with some of the cards that we got from the new set. We are still on 30 blues, but there has been a change to the blue base. We were playing blue Aftershock. Before that, it was blue Headbutt. We are now playing Ripple Away, which only comes in blue, so I'm not going to say blue Ripple Away. But we are now playing Ripple Away in the deck. Ripple Away is interesting, right? Because it doesn't exactly clash very well. It only has 4 power as an attack, so against, decks like Fi or Syndra, like Ripple Away does have a downside when we talk about clashing. It is a 3 block, which is very nice, but Ripple Away's instant discard effect that says if an action card would create 1 or more tokens this turn, instead it creates that many -1 of each of those tokens is very, very powerful. You have some cool ways to kind of like snipe Gravy Bones off of gold. You can snipe Mario off of Ponder and Frailty tokens on a codex if it's set up correctly, like in the right turns. You can snipe an Agility token from KO. Ripple Away seems like a very good utility blue. It's very good at slowing down gold generation in the mirror if you have it. So the downside of it not clashing well seems to have a bigger upside for what it can potentially do to slow down your opponents in certain matchups. We'll call that one 21. That seems like a 21 minute seems good right there. It's good if Rose hates it is so accurate. That is so accurate, Dot. I love that. I love that. Yo, why? What's up, dude? Yo, Zach, I didn't know you were 32 in June. Let's go, dude. June birthdays. My man, June birthdays. Yeah, ruining Mario turns can be really good. You can also stop them from making daggers and stuff. What's up, Damien? Don't you find Fab players are generally in their mid-20s to mid-30s? Most Flesh and Blood players, I feel like, fluctuate between the age of, 22 to 35, probably, if I had to guess. Now, within that, I know a lot of players, that are, above, 40 or older. But, yeah, most of them are in their 20s to 30s, I would say. I would think. Me and my teammate were talking about Ripple and Vic. We're going to try it tonight. It's felt pretty good in the couple of Gravy games I've played with it so far, but we're going to try it tonight. That means I'm out of range? Yo, James, how old are you, dog? How old are you? Yeah, I'm a June birthday. I'm the 1st of June. The very first day of June. You got it. I imagine tech taken from Fatiguides. It is definitely tech taken from Fatiguides. 36 lol until June? Yo, whoa. Does everybody have, a June birthday? Yo, everybody has a June birthday? James, are you also in June? You are young. I'm going to be 38 this year. So that's what Carly tells me. Carly tells me I'm young. But, you know, Carly's a few years older than me, and I like to give her grief about it, you know. I told her, we went to, so there's a town near us, and I'm going to tell you guys this funny story before we keep talking about the deck. There's a town near us called Asheville, North Carolina. It's about an hour and a half from us, hour and 15. And we went, like, we go there for dinner, concerts, random things like that. Well, while we were there, we were in the store shopping, and this lady working behind the cash register was wearing a shirt that said, "I like older women." And, like, I looked at her, I read her shirt, I looked at Carly, and I was like, hell yeah! And I, like, high-fived the lady behind the cash register, and Carly was so embarrassed. It was awesome. It was awesome. Is it a meme to play Pulverize and Victor? I don't think it's a meme. It just depends on what you're teching for. If you're looking to play against, like, Fatiguities and other things like that, where you need to pitch stack a high-damage turn and get cards out of their deck, then I think that's fine. But we're trying some other tech for Fatiguities tonight. Oh, December, Jay's December. 80s kids in the chat? Yo, yeah, let's go. There are some 80s kids. It's funny that Carly's one of them. Oh, Huskaroo, you know Asheville? Yo, we love Asheville. It's a great town. Base t-shirt is so right, Electrum. Absolutely base t-shirt. 6/7 is my birthday, and I'm very mad that I just realized it. Your birthday is 6/7? I'm like having a stroke right now.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Dude, your birthday being 6/7 is awesome. I love that. Oh, Electrum, yours is the 15th? All right, so there's a lot of June babies going around. Oh, you opened Antiquities Riches? Also packaged with finishing touches for Acilio coming in tomorrow? Yo, why? That's awesome, dude. Other tech? I'm listening. Oh, Damien, we have some other tech. You're not going to Montreal. Why do you care? But I do have some other tech in the sideboard, yeah. It's nothing you haven't seen, though. Like, you know what I'm on. I showed you my list the other day, bro. Yo, what up, Cree? Please tell me we are doing a celebratory 6/7 stream. I had not considered it, but I tell you what. 6/7 feels like it should be a holiday here with all the shit that I've said about it. Wait, when is Nationals? When is 6/7? When is 6/7? June the 7th is a Sunday. I think we're here. So if we're not out of town, we are going to do a celebratory 6/7 stream, and I'll let you all pick the theme. Like, we'll do something crazy. That'll be up to you all. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Oh, new sub-team at events, which is just a bunch of Gemini-born players. It sounds like we could make up a full team of just people born in June. It's the week before Nats. The 6/7 stream the week before Nats. Let's go. Hot dog eating contest on 6/7? I'm kind of in for that. That sounds kind of cool, actually. I hate seeing Ripple Away. Ooh, Ripple Away is good against Vincent, too. I don't really think we need that many points in that matchup, but it does help. Hot dog eating contest would actually be crazy. Listen, I'm going to let you all pick the theme within reason, okay? Like, you know, within reason. Like, reason. The pulverized tech is to counter triple celestial reprimand when popping phantasms 5-head. 4-head, why didn't I think of that? Yo, Rose! Let's go with the $2 super chat. Rose, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. I volunteer as a Gemini tribute. I'm telling you, 6/7 stream is going to be fun. All right. As we continue looking at the sideboard here, we've got a little bit of a hodgepodge here of things that we're looking at. A lot of these cards you're probably used to seeing in my deck. Played a lot of them at Calling Columbus a few weeks ago. God, that was probably like close to a month ago. Jesus, did not realize it's been that long. Yeah, I guess it had to be. It's been about a couple weeks or something like that since Calling San Diego. Anyway. Crush the Week is a new inclusion that's made its way back into the deck. Like, Crush the Week has been in the Victor deck across iterations a few times. Crush the Week is very good at slowing down some of the assassin decks. It's very good at slowing down some of these, like, you know, aggro decks like Syndra, Phi, like some of these more like linear aggro decks. It does have play into Acilio here and there. Crush of the Week fitting into the sideboard as a 2 of makes a lot of sense with the way the new meta is shaping up. Fi got some new cards. I think Syndra will still continue to be a part of the meta. Mario is going to be very good in Montreal this weekend. So Crush of the Week looks to be a very impactful card. Plus, it's a 2-card play, pitch a blue, attack for 7 that can potentially throw down your opponents. And it has Crush, so it works with Iron Fist Revelation, making Crush of the Week an excellent sideboard card. We'll call that one about 28. About 28. Like that. You should also do a 6/7 stream for non-American calendar people. 6th of July. Ooh. Yo, I don't remember when PT Vegas is, but if that's not during PT Vegas, we'll have 2 6/7 streams, depending on where you are in the world. I like that. I actually like that idea a lot, Bruno. That's really fun. I'm a late bloomer. My birthday is in October. What's wrong with having an October birthday, dude? It's when Halloween is, bro. Halloween's lit. Halloween's an awesome holiday. Bruno said October as well. I love it. Yo, Zach, I love playing Shield Beater, dude. Shield Beater is awesome. I'm actually very excited to play Shield Beater. That I was gonna wait and talk about it later, but let's talk about Shield Beater now. You may have noticed that I have replaced Titan's Fist with Shield Beater in the sideboard. There is a cost to our second weapon being a 4-cost, like a 4-cost weapon that attacks for 5. Now, Shield Beater has a really big upside of allowing us to play Mini Sledge while also being able to play Aura Mages. Now, against Fatiguides, this is a big upgrade for us. But I will say that having this in the sideboard does make the KO matchup a little awkward, because there are a lot of turns where you need to block with 3 cards, and then you need to be able to just ship the hammer for 4 because that's all you really have access to. And without Tunic, without Clash of Vigor, without some of these like different attacks, Shield Beater is not like always free for us. Now again, against Fatiguides, I think this is a big upgrade for us. If we run into a Fatiguides tonight, that would be a pretty fun matchup to play. If not, it's not the end of the world. But I think that Shield Beater is an upgrade. One of the things, like, again, going back to the Shield Beater, like, brute issue with, like, Titan's Fist, as we continue testing, there might be a world where we just cut Shield Beater and play Titan's Fist, and I literally just jam Third Remembrance in the deck. And I don't think there's a world where Fatiguides can ever beat us if we're on Third Remembrance, to be honest. Like, I don't know that Third Remembrance allows them to beat us, because that allows us to play 12 copies of Goldmane Estate. And that's just kind of insane value off of like being able to shuffle those cards back in. I'm totally down to play against you, Damien. 100%, dude. 100%. Yo, Barton's in October. KO's going to LL before Yokohama, so that does solve part of that problem. But the problem is this weekend, he's a legal play. And I know people who are taking it. Shield Beater plus Lantern for Wizards. So I think we would rather have the Grindstone against Verdance, right? Is like my first thought there, Electrum, but it's worth looking into. Shield Beater pulls me back to Tunic slightly. You wouldn't have to twist my arm very hard to go back to Tunic, to be honest. KO is gone in a few weeks, then you'll have to worry about Prism. I mean, we have Prism tech, like that's fine. Like Miller's Grindstone's not bad against Prism. We're just killing like auras and stuff with it anyway. So, can you bring the hot dog t-shirt to Montreal? I want to get a picture with you and send it to my girlfriend. The hot dog t-shirt. You talking about the Hawaiian shirt, James? Like the hot dog Hawaiian shirt? If you are, I can make that my Sunday shirt. My Saturday shirt, my day one shirt. Always is Carly and Taryn. But I can make that my Sunday shirt. Yo, Copper, I'm just going to be queuing into games. If you want to play, jump in, man. Absolutely. We are on AB3/6 for, the Wizard / Acilio matchup. We're on 3 copies of Amulet of Echoes. I think seeing this as early as possible gives us better chance, get better percentage points into Acilio. I still think Clash of Bravado is very solid. Erase Face was a 2 of at Calling Columbus. I am still on 2 of this card. I was originally on 0 E-Strike and 3 Erase Face, 3 Crush the Week, but I think Erase Face is pretty good. In this meta, it helps us against Cecilio by turning off Volzar. Erase Face allows us to slow down, if there's a dash IO that we run into. It has random lines of text here and there. I'm also on a 1 of performance bonus. This has been, I would say more of my tech, pet tech card that I've been playing recently. Being on a 1 of performance bonus and a 1 of Midas Touch. Midas Touch is strictly for the Prism loop. When I say that, Midas Touch has text into Gravy Bones, but we play a 1 of copy of Midas Touch in our sideboard to prevent ourselves from getting looped, because I'm really not just looking at my hand and going, man, I hope I draw Clash of Bravado to kill this Arclight Sentinel when they attack me. It's not my game plan. That's not how I think about the game. So I would much rather be on the Midas Touch to deny them the loop and to stop that. And then this has good text into Gravy, into Kasai. I'm not expecting Kasai to be very popular this weekend, but you never know. Kasu, what's up, dude? I don't think this is better than Titan's Fist. Deep diving and learning about OTK combos on Victor actually shows you that you want to fatigue yourself to thin the deck to stack estates on a single turn. Okay. When you added Shield Beater to your deck, did you consider hardly... Rob, I can always count on you, bro. I can always count on you with the jokes from the top rope, dude. I did not see that coming at all. I hope you're well, brother. Hope you're well. Do you think that Wobble is breaking Fab design philosophy? Seems pretty egregious. I think that Wobble is a very powerful card that comes at a cost to play in your Acilio deck. So I don't necessarily think that it breaks the design philosophy. I actually think it fits into Acilio's design very well. As a quote unquote counter spell, I think is it's very powerful. It is a very, very powerful card, but it does come at a cost, because if you need a combo turn hand, that doesn't work. And I know everybody's going to say you can cycle it away, but sometimes you cycle away a card you don't need for a different turn, and you draw into Wobble and it does nothing. So I think that Wobble is very powerful, but I don't think it's as inherently broken as everybody thinks it is, because it does come at a cost to play in your deck, is what is my thought here. You will spell Acilio and Tough Nut this weekend. I mean, if I play against Tough Nut, I'm just going to block as much as I can to Remembrance Estates and run it back, I think that's the plan. What cost? I think the cost of him playing it is that on some hands it's not very good. It gives you a higher chance of generating clunky hands when you're trying to set up an early combo against certain decks. It is very, very powerful against certain decks. Wobble is very good against Gravy Bones, obviously. Countering an Amulet of Echoes is very powerful. Wobbling a Goldmane Estate's very good. But I do think it has a bigger cost than most people realize. I do think it has a bigger cost than most people realize. So anyway, that's some updates to the deck. That's where we're at. That's what I'm thinking. We're on 1 copy of Staunch Response. The 1 copy of Staunch Response, if I cut Shield Beater and go back to Titan's Fist, then, I don't know. We might go back to Third Remembrance. I don't know. I might do some internal testing against Damien if he's nice enough to help me out at a certain point, and we can kind of just go from there. We are not playing competitive Silver Age. We are playing competitive Classic Constructed, and we're just going to take the default game number. I'm down to just play games against whoever joins tonight, and we'll just get some games in. What about ditching? Wait, only running Aegis, Shield Beater, and Tunic. I have a different name for the hammer since it's pin 15, but I don't think YouTube will like it. I guess I want to go first against this. It's so funny that this is what we get to play against. Hang on 1 second. I do have a Tough Nut sideboard. I don't remember it because I play against this deck so little. All right, let's pull it up. So let's see. I did want to go first against Tough Nut. We are not on balance. We're on Shield Beater. I think this is a Shield Beater matchup, right? We're not on Millers. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out this game. Boulder Drops. Yep. Clash of Bravado. We are on one copy of Remembrance, both copies of E-Strike. We are on Erase Face. No Midas Touch, no performance bonus. We are on 3 copies of Sink Below. We're on 1 copy of Staunch Response. Oh, we're on 2 copies of Crush the Weak, and we're not playing any Test of Iron Grips. This deck clashes pretty well, so I don't think we're supposed to be on Toig in this matchup. Today is the 23rd. We are playing against Tough Nut, and we are going first. Hopefully, we can start to stream out with a win. Get something going here. You did call Tough Nut. I think I'm pretty content with just making a Surge and then just getting in the red zone here with our hammer. Just coming in for 5, and then we'll arsenal the Sink Below here. Just making sure that we have some defensive prowess. What is this? Vigorous Smash Up? No, I'm good with nobody having a Vigor token. That's perfectly fine with me. I really like playing 2 copies of Staunch for KO and Rhinar. I was on 2 copies of Staunch for KO and Rhinar specifically at... Oh, nice. Hopefully we can hang on to this and like throw the Boulder Drop or something. I was on 2 copies of that at calling Columbus, and having 2 copies was pretty good. Liam, I did like it quite a bit. Yeah, okay. Cool. No doubt. So they're gonna do this, and then they're just gonna throw, I'm assuming they're gonna throw Rock at me. I think we can just sink the Crush the Weak here. Like, this does not matter, right? Like, this has 0 text. We're just gonna block here. We're gonna play Sink Below, bottom to Crush the Weak, and see what we can make happen. Hopefully we draw into something a little bit better. Would say that's fine. And then they're going to swing 7 at us. Thought I clicked pass already. Oh, they're going to swing 8 at us. Yo. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Dan, 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 dan. I mean, we're probably just trying to block this, I'm imagining. Like, we're good with just waiting for, like, better turns here. We'll just cover 8. I think this is fine. And then I'll just look to activate Tech Plating with Riches. If we draw red, we'll arsenal it. If we draw blue, we ship 5. I think we're in a good position either way here on this turn cycle. Making a gold very early off of Riches is perfectly fine with me. Remembrance is awkward. Yeah, this is not great. All right, well, I guess we'll just arsenal it. And then all of our gold main estates will look a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. Tough. You get it? Tough? Like Tough Nut? Sorry, guys. These are the jokes. People. Also, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys chilling while we were playing some games tonight. I mean, I guess we're just going to run out the gold main estates and then just try to remembrance them back. I don't think there's any arsenal disruption, if I remember correctly. Okay. Weird that they're playing Amulet into us. I think we'll just block like this. Nah, I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. Nobody does anything, which doesn't really matter anyway, but still. The Amulet is kind of weird. Also, why is... Yeah, there you go. I was like, Talishar, save my settings. Where is my super suit? You don't get it. We're talking about the greater good. I am your wife. I am the greatest good you are ever gonna get. I mean, sin packing would be good. Thank you for the background noise while I'm cooking grilled cheese. I'm glad I could help. Wait, does that work? Yeah, it does. How about that? I did not know that worked that way. Cool. I mean, I guess it's just its power. It's not like on the combat chain when this attacks. It's not like that. So, all right. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. That's right. That's right. An elite reference. We absolutely love. This is our first game with Shield Beater. And I haven't played too many games with it so far, Jay, like in testing before the stream. So I'm curious to see how it feels tonight, like to be honest. Yo, Scabs every turn is crazy work, and I respect the hell out of it, bro. Are we about to get pummeled? Getting pummeled here would actually be crazy, and I'm gonna respect it absolutely zero. That's fine. That is fine. I was like, I'm respecting the pummel absolutely zero here. This is kind of weird though, I will say, because we're about to run out both gold main estates right here. Oh, dude, what's up, Avengers? I mean, listen, I'm like low key vibing with the fact that like my man is just gripping and ripping Scabs every turn. Sometimes, you know, sometimes that's it. Just be like that, you know. Sometimes it just be like that. You can activate Amulet now if you want. That's cool. It doesn't matter, but you can. There's one more copy of a state, right? All right, so we're gonna do the fun trick where what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is when we draw the last gold main estate, we're gonna play it with the victor trigger on the stack. We're gonna play Remembrance so that we can shuffle these back in. It is a very minute point, but it does like technically give us a better chance at trying to like draw one. Yo, he could amulet himself to swing rock. Actually, Damien might be on like cooking. Damien might be cooking. Pummel and Tough Nut? I mean, I highly doubt it, but you know, like I've seen crazier stuff. So like this is one of those hands where like we need to keep like 2 cards. We're gonna block for 8, hope we don't get pummeled, because losing our Remembrance would really suck. We'll just ship this to the bottom. I'm like really playing around this pummel. Like they're on like what appears to be like a very like different list than I'm used to seeing so far. So I mean, if they are on pummel, would be a little surprised. Hang on just a second. That was my brother. You guys get 3 guesses at what he wanted, and it's not this like crazy thing. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm terrible at waiting. I'm just gonna tell you. Ow. He wanted to play. He wanted to play. He wanted to play Arc Raiders. He's been playing Arc Raiders, and he wanted to play Arc Raiders. Which, to be fair, Arc Raiders is a banger. I don't blame him. Arc Raiders is a certified a banger. Hits a yellow. Hit him with the tunic sauce. I think we'll just give up the sink below here. Like, giving up the sink seems fine. We'll put the right behind you on the bottom, I think. Yep. All right, we'll make a surge. We'll ship the hammer. haha, ship the hammer. And yeah. Yo, what's up, Caleb? Did he want the horse costume? No. He's talking to Big Hot Dog? Yo, what? Oh, man. He absolutely wanted a game. You are 100% correct, Jay. My man was like, yo, you want to play Art Creators? And I was like, I'm playing cards like I do every Monday night from 7 to 10. And he was like, lame. I think that's like almost exactly how our conversation went. We should open chat with our opponent and ask why they're not drawing up the 4 cards. That might be some of the most BM shit I've ever heard in my life. Dude, I mean, Caleb, I'm not going to lie. You didn't really need to tell me that I didn't need to go to a ProQuest hungover and go 1-4, but like, dude, that's wild. What were you playing in Sage, bro? What were you playing in Sage? All right, we need to win this. We need to win this. We need a banger. Absolute banger. Certified. I'm assuming it's something like that. The phone call is what catches me. Oh, so I'm in the same boat, Jay. Anytime I get a phone call from like, you know, like my brother or something, I'm immediately like, yo, you good? Like immediately. Like, and I don't know. Like, it's just like, I think I have like the oldest syndrome where like, I'm always like looking out for like my siblings, trying to protect them. So doing what I can. Have you read Tough Nut lore? I have not. Oh, you played Icelander? Interesting. Yeah, Icelander seems like a very hard deck to play hungover, bro. Very hard deck to play hungover. Dude, Zach, I get it. Like, I don't know. It's just the way my brain works. I agree, Jay. Icelander seems like a bad idea probably most days anyway. Hungover for sure. Oh, no. Woo! Yeah, baby! That's right!
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Arg Smash does nothing! You love to see it! If I could get out the horse costume right now, I would. All right. That's kind of buns, though. We needed to do something. I mean, don't get me wrong. Their turn sucked, and that's cool, but we needed something, right? You know, I mean, come on now. How do you feel about competitive Sage? I have some thoughts, but I am curious. If I'm being honest, I am 110%. I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off. You love to see it. You love to see it. Dakota, Sisk, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube, by the way. Sorry, I was in the middle of like a miniature dance session there. Thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you're here for the first time, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Going back to our question. After San Diego, how do I feel about competitive Silver Age? I really like competitive Silver Age. Like, it was an awesome time. It was a great format. I enjoyed it very, very much. Getting done super early was a blast. I like, honestly, it was great. No notes. I know that like that may not be everybody's take, but I have loved Silver Age. Events getting done early is good. The format feels like somebody described the format earlier as it really like highlights. I mean, I guess let's leave that on top and we'll just hope we win. Sag. It's like, you know, like it highlights the mistakes that people can make because the games are so fast. They described it. I think it was Chris in the Discord earlier described it as what just happened. Oh, I can't pitch a card. I had the Vigor token. That's right. Dodoy. I do not think it's correct to throw 10 here, by the way. I think we should save this for later. We need to stack up our gold as much as we can, especially knowing they're playing Arg Smash. But like, I don't know. Like, the format, it's swingy. There are definitely times when it is like, it can be a feels bad. I think that Burn Up and Shock is probably a little too good. Burn Up and Shock and Sigil of Suffering, one of those probably needs to go. I don't know that both of them need to go, but one of them. And then I don't like just like this 20 life format that like doesn't feel like super feels bad all the time because you just died to like, you know, Arc Lightning Flicker Wisp combo on like turn 2, like feels kind of fun. Dakota, it's what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Oh, dude. When I found the soundboard for oh yeah, it's like all coming together, I was like, yes, we need this on stream. We need this on stream. Ooh, these scab rolls are not treating my man well here. I mean, yeah, Suffering feels okay, but I do agree that Burn Up and Shock is like the real problem. Burn Up and Shock's insane. Some games can end, and I feel like the die roll might matter too much. So I don't think the die roll is like as heavily weighted as most people make it out to be. That's like just been my take, though. That's not what I meant to click. That is not what I meant to click. That's just been my take. That like I don't think they are. I don't think the die roll is like super crazy weighted or anything. Like, don't get me wrong. Like if in the Briar KO matchup, you know, it is. Like, it actually 100% feels like whoever goes second wins. But, like, I don't think all the matchups are that way. And so I think the die roll is important. Just, like, it's more important than it is in Classic Constructed, in my opinion. But it is not as detrimental as everybody makes it out to be. That's my thoughts. We can play after this one if you want. I'm totally down. I'm totally down, Damien. Had to come give you the follow on Twitch as well. Yos. Let's go, Dakota. Thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch as well. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, if you like the content and you're not following on Twitch and you'd like to help your boy out, we are about 40 some followers away from 1,000 followers on Twitch. So, you know, maybe I'm just supposed to throw hammer here instead of CNC. Maybe I'm supposed to save that and like try to counter stack CNC. Probably incorrect. I think Huntsman's going to be a real deck. I think that depends on how good Fi and Acilio are. So my concern about having the John Ham sound effect on my soundboard is that I'm worried it would take away my audio, like it would take away like the ad revenue. Is like one of my concerns, but I don't know that for sure. We will be taking 3. I never want Huntsman to be a good deck. I think a lot of people wouldn't hate that. You want to chat during our games? I mean, I'd probably just like play the game so I can like talk to chat and stuff. Like I'd rather just like play the game so that I can like actually just sit and like engage with chat as opposed to like yapping with you, Damien. No offense. Just gonna sink below this and take 3, and then we will play out the Goldman Estate. They have a lot of go again. I've noticed they're on a lot of Buck Wilds. All right, Victor Trigger hits the stack. We cast Remembrance. We get all 3 copies of Visit Goldman Estate back into the deck. We technically have a chance to draw into it. We're just going to Arsenal the Spinal Crush, and we're going to pass. See? Now that, putting that back to the top does feel pretty good. I won't lie about that. We're probably going to look to just block with Clash of Bravado this turn, is probably going to be the plan. So it doesn't matter what they hit off the top of the deck. We're going to block 2. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to take 6 down to 26. And then when they activate Tough Nut, we're going to block Bravado and Skullcap. And then we're going to try to like start putting some good turns together here. Listen, Damien, I know you love talking, buddy. I've talked to you enough times. I know you love talking. I'm on the Twitch side this time. Let's go. Sin, what's up, buddy? Love how they printed 2 cards of pin just to push Phi into LL finally. I mean, it does feel like what they're like, right? As new in Sage is currently a difference of 30%. Wow, I did not realize it was that high for some people. I mean, going first and second, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the die roll doesn't matter. That's fine. Like, I'm not saying the die roll doesn't matter, but they'll blow up a Might token here, I'm sure. But I just like, I don't know. Like, I think everybody makes it out to be like the end all be all in this format, and I don't. It's like not how it feels to me. The actual Fatigue OTK deck. Yes, I did get around to playing that deck, and I was seriously testing the OTK like Fatigue style Victor for calling Montreal, and then they pushed the Phi in the Acilio deck, and I was like, okay, I think I'm good here. So this is going to be for 14. Should be do a pretty good job of like taking tempo here. Also going to get some equipment, it looks like. I mean, do we want to throw the Golden Sun for 17? Or like, do we want to... Like, we could throw it for 17, but I think we're probably supposed to wait on the rest of the estates. I mean, I don't know. Like, that, like, we may not need all the value of the other estates if we're really just, like, getting that lucky, to be honest. Crash the boards for 7. I think we'll just go ahead and block all 7. And then... keeping the red doesn't help me. That's kind of interesting. So if we put it to the bottom and we don't win, then we're at 5 and we're in the same situation as we are here. We're going to make 7 more mites. I think we will break a gold and put ours to the bottom. And we lose anyway. That kind of sucks. Ripple away. Value down. 1 right here. Kind of feels bad. Yo, what up, Trent? So in the interest of like setting this up for another turn, was that our last test of strength? Yeah. So the only gold generation left are the gold main estates. The question is, do we really need... I mean, I guess we have a blue on top. Now we can just ship it. Like, it's fine. And then I think just 17 is fine, honestly. Like, this is going to push a lot of damage. I think just shipping 17 is fine here. Because we're going to get, like, a card and, like, multiple pieces of equipment here. They take 8 down to 15. And then, like, we're only a few big attacks away from, like, closing the door here. I mean, go again into a race face would be insane. We might just eat some damage here to, like, have a big turn. Biggest factor to me is the price of Silver Age. I mean, the fact that, like, Silver Age decks actually cost, like, $20 to $40 is awesome. It is really cool. I love that there are more people, like, that are playing the game because of how much they are to play, how cheap the game is. What deck am I on in Sage? I've been playing KO, Justin. The deck feels very powerful. I did learn at my first Pro Quest this weekend that KO giveth and KO taketh. Sometimes the discards, you know, are, you know, like you're using the force. And then sometimes the discards be really bad. But, you know, I finished 10th. I went 3-2 and finished 10th at my Pro Quest on Saturday. And then I ended up losing in top 4 to Andrew Cook on... We'll wait. We'll just take 6. Ended up losing in top 4. I quit TCGs like 5 years ago, but Sage is getting me back into Fab. Yo, Jace, that's awesome. I love that. I absolutely love that. So let's see. If I block with Thunk and like Tech Plating just to get armor value, I get to pitch Riches of Tropodani to draw 2 cards. I can put a race face on the bottom, and then 2 blues lets me throw hammer. This seems like a fine block. I was able to get the adjudicator. Oh, nice, Liam. That's awesome. Yeah, no, Andrew and I's game was really fun. We were having a good time the whole time. I mean, he rolled really hot against me, but like he rolled really hot all day. I was watching his games and like he was drawing really well. Well, this is kind of weird. It's the best way to play this hand out. Trying to think about this hand here for just a second. I mean, we could run this out, not draw another card, and then throw a race face for 13, and then Arsenal E-Strike is not bad. We can also just throw 14 and Arsenal Goldmane Estate. It's not the most efficient use of our hand, but I do think that like setting up the Goldmane Estate's not bad. Just being able to push through the final points of damage could be really good here. And I think we're not that far away from making that happen. So I think we'll play Goldmane Estate. And then we'll throw this for 13. And like, again, if they're willing to just give up their entire hand, I think I'm okay with that. Oh, Pot of Greed. You love to see it, Top It. You love to see it. Assassins being a reasonable price is refreshing. 100%. I've made some really good CC decks recently under $200. Really good sounds like a stretch, Damien. Everybody saw the live stream, bro. Get out of here. Can't get any MPG singles where I live. Oh, really? Sorry to hear that, watching. I hate that. I mean, we're probably just like taking whatever happens to go 12, go again into Spinal Crush. Like just throwing 21 when your opponent's at 9 and they have 3 in elect is crazy work. No, I just draw bad. Cool. No doubt. They're gonna throw rock for 10. Okay, I mean that's fine. Like all of our Goldmane Estates are gone, and we don't have any more Remembrance. So like, or I guess it's for 11 because of Apex. So we're just gonna block here and here. There's like we'll take 9 down to 7, and then we're gonna have a very, very impactful hand here. Yo, if Seismics could affect Hammer, that would go crazy. Honestly, I don't like. If Seismic Surges could affect Hammer, this would basically just be Titan's Fist in a lot of games. So like that would actually go crazy hard. That would actually go crazy. I would love that. If you could create a new class for Flesh and Blood, what would it be, and how would you expect the class to behave? If I could create an entirely new class, I don't know. Like, if like, am I allowed to like steal from like older things? Like, is that socially acceptable? Oh, this is just gonna end the game. Okay, never mind. And I asked that because like, you know, like I've always wanted to see an Ice Ninja. That's always been one of the things I've wanted to see. I feel like Ice Ninja would be really cool. So I don't know. Maybe like I would love to see an Ice Ninja. Also, hooray! We won! We did it! Hooray! All right, let's see. Let's log our game. 100% win rate. That's right. I'm tinkering a Gunslinger class that would behave as a supplemental class, kind of like Pirate is, with focus on guns and revealing cards to buff said guns. Be it like revealing from Arsenal clashes. Yo, that would be cool. That would be really cool. I would be down to see a Samurai. A Samurai would be cool. A Light Brute, that would also be really neat. Just make Melody playable. I mean, that's true. Like, Assassin just like completely stole the identity of Warrior and just made it better. So we get the win. Remembrance into Remembrance States back is very powerful in these grindy matchups. Up only having 3 int allowed us to go 12 into 9 to close the game out. Op was on a very aggressive build, but rolled poorly on scabs, which I think is important to note. I think that is important to note. All right, let's go 1-0. You'll love to see it. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. Play Soul Shield in Victor? I mean, I guess we already have staunch response. Like, I don't know why we need that for, but still. That's true. Assassin cannot amass an army. That's fair. That's fair. Samurai would be a mystic warrior, right? I mean, I would be down for that. That also sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, but like Samurai would be like warrior if it didn't suck, you know? You know what I'm saying? Any specific matchups you were using Ripple Away for? Just checking out your new list. So Ripple Away is really good into Gravy Bones, or it has play into Gravy Bones. It can be very good against Mario at denying them daggers. It can also deny them frailty and ponder tokens off codex. It can be very good in the mirror, and I do think there will be a non-zero number of Victor in Montreal this weekend. It can be very good against like KO to deny an agility token. Some of these are more corner cases than anything, but it can be very good. Damien, you still around? You want to play? Would you play Ripple into Volda? I mean, I don't think it's an action card that's creating things. It's her hero effect, so I don't think it works that way. But on some of her cards, it would work very well, I think. Pro. And plus, like, Ripple's just a main deck blue. Yo, Hal, what's up, dude? Damien said he was going to play Fatiguities into me, so I'm trying to see if he'll run... Oh, you already sent the invite? All right. Damien, be looking out for us. Damien, be looking out for us. My man, sending us Talishar games. All right. Damien, best of luck to you, my friend. Best of luck to you, my friend. All right. Let's see. Damien, good luck. We are on Shield Beater. We're on Arcanite Skullcap. We're on both copies of Remembrance. We're on Sinks, Staunch. We are on Boulder Drop, Bravado's Crush the Weak, and E-Strikes. And I think we're playing... one copy of Erase Face in this matchup, I think, is the final slot. I'm going to check really quick. I can't remember. That's why I have the sideboard guide. Damien's going first. Damn, he knows. Let's make sure I got this right. We're leaving out 1 Erase Face. We're leaving out Amulet, Midas Touch, 1 Performance Bonus, and Grips. Yep, we're playing 60. All right, let's see how good Shield Beater is in this matchup, because if it's good, then we're going to keep it. If it's not good, then we're probably just going to ship it out of the deck. Really just depends on, like, you know, what it feels like this game. I think we want to save one of these, so I think we'll just block like this. Am I supposed to give up a blue, actually? No, we should probably keep the blue, right? We're going to hope to do well in the clashes. We reveal a 7, Damien reveals a 6, which is pretty nice. We need to be able to stack up golds as often as possible. We're just going to ship the disable. I'm just okay with throwing 7 over 5 here. We have a 4-card hand, so... So guys, I apologize if during this game I am not as, like, you know, like attentive to chat. I'm gonna be focusing because the last time I played Damien, we had a no, that's fine. I did not have, like, he beat me when we played in Calling Columbus, so I am, like, gonna try and lock in for this game to see how it feels. Okay. That does not feel great. I really do not feel like we can give up a Golden Sun here. It's not going to be a good pitch stack either. It's not going to be a very good pitch stack. So I think we're probably just supposed to like block 6 here. And then we can just try to use our other Golden Suns here. This does feel like a pretty rough hand. I really want to keep up my life total as long as possible, though. We're going to bottom this. We are just trying to find estates. We are just interested in finding estates and trying to make that happen. So losing a Golden Sun really sucks. But I really don't think it's worth taking 4 there to keep it in the deck. I don't know. Maybe that's incorrect. Oh, shit. That's never mind. It's not a blue. It's not a blue. I like in my head that works because the last time I was playing this, I was playing Titan's Fist, but that does not work. So we have to pitch both of these. I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to take 4 to keep them in there, and then like we just play the next Remembrance when we see it. No, we're good. We would have had to have discarded anyway here. Damien kept a pretty good hand here. He's obviously interested in playing whatever he has. I'm very surprised he was willing to take 1 damage. Normally, Damien is not. But two grip wins early is pretty good for him in the dark, I feel like. He's probably pretty happy with that. Just for you, I'll keep track of how many times Shield Beater is annoying. Please do. Thank you. Very, very nice friend. Damien's such a good friend. Damien's such a good friend. So I want to, like, push him over an embankment some days? Yes, 100%. But he's a good friend. Through and through. I think we can just block 5 and lose a life here. Should be okay. We need to just get this shitty 2 block out of our deck. Bottom that shit. We don't care about that. We're going to hope that... All right, Damien goes to 42. Damien basically gets to start the game at like 50 whatever. Let's see. He has 3 Sigil of Solace and 3 Fiddler's Green. So Damien basically just gets to start the game when we start playing at 58, which is something we have to keep in mind as we go through playing this game. 3 Might tokens lines up pretty well. We honestly might try to like counter pitch stack some of our Command and Conquers. Like, we'll see how this goes, but hitting another Ripple Away off the top feels bad, but that's okay. We already won a gold off one of our gold main estates, which is, off of one of our Tests of Strengths, which is better than I'm used to doing. I think I'm pretty content with just shipping the hammer for 8, I think is okay. I think I'm okay with that. Yo, Annabelle with the 12 months of Prime support. Annabelle, thank you so much for the 12 months over on Twitch. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to leave the CNCs in our deck and play to those during second cycle. There is definitely like a part of the game plan where just leaving them in for second cycle is very, very impactful. So that we can like try to like set up some really good. Choose a card to banish. We'll banish Cranial Crush. You can have Thunderquake. No, that's fine. You can blow up my Seismic Surge. Or no, I guess I didn't have anything. So I guess that like actually just did nothing. What have we played? 1 estate so far? Okay. We're going to go blue, then Command and Conquer. We're going to pitch the Golden Sun, and then we're just going to throw 8. I'm pretty content with just like trading multiple cards out of Damien's deck for some of ours. Is that all 3 sigils this early in the game? It is all 3 sigils, and he pitched a Fiddler's Green? Okay. Until Gravy has a Kraken now? Yo, what? I feel like I've missed so much of chat. This is the Damien from top 8 of calling Columbus, yes. Damien has a staunch response. We have an E-Strike, so we win the toughness token. Perfectly okay with that. We're going to go like this into our pitch stack. I mean, this is what Shield Beater is for. Wait, we have a toughness token. Is there a world where we can take 2? Where we can block like this and take 2? Like, is that actually a thing we can do? And then we can try to get value out of Revelation with Boulder Drop here. It's not a bad concept. I really don't want to take 2 because we don't have any life gain. And there are some, like, you know, no pun intended, heavy hitters that Damien throws at us. I think we'll just give up the extra card here. I think it's more about life total early on in the game. We have clashed into a Ripple Away twice this game and once earlier. So, like, we're definitely seeing that, like, Ripple Away is not always free. There was a Seismic Surge this turn, so I guess I can just throw this as a way to just, like, try and, again, like, get cards out of Damien's deck. D-React incoming. Yep, Sink Below makes sense. Getting one of those out of the deck is fine. Damien also has a Staunch Response in hand, so he's going to throw Sledge and Arsenal Staunch, I imagine. Probably going to be the plan. Yep, definitely the plan. Yo, The Void, Space Clips, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I'd love to get to know more about you guys while we're hanging out. This is very awkward. I think we're just going to give Sink, bottom the other Sink, and we're just going to try and run out the Spinal Crush here, I think is going to be the plan. Like, I know that, like, if we... All right, well, that kind of just feels like fate. Haha, that's not fate. That's Sink, streamer boy. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Anyway, Hammer for 9, and we have 1 more Goldman Estate that we haven't played yet. Okay. When I draw into Remembrance, hopefully it's before the 3rd Goldman Estate, I will definitely put the Sink Below. I will play the Sink Below that turn pretty much just to, like... Chat keeps deleting your messages? I'm sorry, Annabelle. Dude, Sage is fun, Derek. Sage is fun, bro. Hotel at an MTG tournament and just decided to give it a try one day. Have loved it, and I've moved mostly over at this point. I was also a Magic refugee, so I understand. I came from Magic as well. Sis, I'm glad you're hanging out.
Some biddies, you say?
Oh, are the stats finally out? Do we finally get to see it? First off, thank you so much for the $2 super chat, Rose. I really appreciate it. 31% of all Sage PQs. That's a pretty high number. That's actually kind of crazy how many that is, to be honest. I think I'm okay with just blocking like this. We do win that clash, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing for us to blow up. Damien does not have an arsenal, so we're just going to ship the hammer here. We're just going to ship the hammer. Feels pretty good. We have a tough smash up coming. Fiddler's Green on top versus our 7. I mean, the clashing is, like, actually pretty close. A lot of the clashes are, like, actually pretty close when it comes to stuff. Let's go CNC to the bottom first. I feel like that's probably a better play. How many reds have came out of our deck? We have all the Command and Conquerors left in our deck, which is very, very impactful. I think Damien has actually noticed that I am playing out I'm pitching my Command and Conquerors, so he's actually playing out his defense reactions, which is really intelligent. Damien's a very good player, and we're seeing that from him right now. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just block this out. We just need to keep our life total up here. I'm really content with having Staunch Response and Riches of Tropoldoni together at the end. Choose a card to banish. Yeah, you can keep this 3-card 8. That's fine. I'm good with you winning the Clash of Bravado. That's fine with me. We're gonna go blue, Riches, and then Staunch Response all together here. Oh, so you want to keep a card to Arsenal? Are you gonna draw a card? Wanted to keep a card to Arsenal. I mean, I guess you could have just used Tunic, but I guess that's fine as well. Clash of Bravado, and this is just a way to do this. Goldman Estate on top. Honestly, we love to see it. This does let Damien know that... Do we want to ship this one? Oh, no, he chose not to Arsenal. He decided not to Arsenal, but didn't just want to use the extra thing. I'm pretty confused by that. That tells me he has a Ripple Away in his hand. Damien 110% has a Ripple Away in his hand that he's just trying to hang on to. So he's going to block 2 cards. He's going to pitch a card and Tunic to Sledge, IP again, and then he's going to deny me value here. Yeah, I'm good with just doing this. Does Damien put his on the bottom? He sinks his sink below. So that puts us in a pretty good spot. We're going to go blue, then CNC based off of our pitch stack. Damien just wants to IP this in his hand. That's fine. He does have something he wants to Arsenal. We are going to get hit by a Ripple Away right here. Yep. And then we are going to make a Surge. And we're going to pitch it like this. Now, the idea behind this is that later in the game, I want to have a turn where I can go E-Strike into Command and Conquer to really pressure Damien's hand. So we're just going to throw Shield Beater here is the game plan. That was the first Ripple Away we've seen. So it's unfortunate, but it's the first on all of the ones we played, which I'm pretty content with. Damien might just take the turn off the pitch. Yeah. Oh, he drew a second Ripple Away. That makes sense. So Damien's Ripple Away is the 38th card in his deck, which is something we need to keep up with. We're going to go E-Strike blue here. E-Strike blue is fine. So now we're going to go... I think we're going to go pitch Spinal Crush, and we're going to throw Cranial Crush for 12. This is a fake on-hit effect, but this still lines up okay for us because we're just throwing 12. Just trying to get cards out of Damien's hand. So Damien has... we get a Toughness token because he has another Ripple Away on top of his deck. I'm okay with just losing this, and he gets what? A Toughness, so we both get a Toughness? Sure. We're going to go blue, then Spinal here so that we have that set up. I think I am content. We've already played all 3 Goldman Estates, correct? Yes, we have. We have a really awkward pitch stack coming back around. This is going to be Damien's second card he's pitched on his Ripple Away setup. And he only has 1 out of the deck. So here's another one on top of his deck. Do we give up Sink Below? Do we just sink a... Actually, so I know exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to say no blocks here. I'm going to play Sink Below. And then with Sink Below on the stack, we're going to play Remembrance to get back all 3 visits. And then we are going to put a Macho on the bottom. All right, that is okay. That is, again, like not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. So we're going to make a... I think we want to make a Surge here and just throw Spinal Crush is fine. We could Arsenal this and like try to wait, but we still have 33 cards left in our deck, so I don't think there's a reason to do that. I think we can just like pretty well just like ship 9 here. Damien blocks 4 off of 1 card, and then he probably gives us another card unless he's like trying to agree to throw a Righteous Cleansing at us. Defense reaction, there's no shot. That's the second time we've clashed into a Ripple Away. Or, I'm sorry, that's the 3rd time we've clashed into a Ripple Away this game, which feels pretty bad. All right, Damien's going to take 2 cards out of his deck, 1 card out of ours. We're going to put Remembrance back first because we just shuffled. So we are 2 cards deep at this point. Interesting. I don't really want to throw or Arsenal any of this. I actually think this is a pretty good time to Arsenal this and set this up now that I'm thinking about it for a second. The rest of our hand is like kind of buns, to be honest. Like the rest of our hand kind of sucks. I think we're just going to throw Hammer here and Arsenal CNC. Damien probably gives 1 card and then tries to throw the Macho at us. I don't know what he's holding, or if he wins the grip, then we're just going to discard Ripple Away. That's fine. Like, that is, again, like a positive deck card exchange for him, so that's okay. But Okay, so Damien just had a clunker here is really what happened. We are going to block 5. And take 1. So if I pitch the blue and draw into a blue, I can make a surge and then pitch both of my cards. We're going to hope there's no ripple away here. No ripple away is good for us. I do not want to throw my Command and Conquer. I am more interested in just swinging the hammer. And then next turn, we're going to throw Command and Conquer for a 12. Again, we can either try to force, just some cards out of Damien's hand or something here. Oh, he's setting up boots to the board. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that's fine. We're not to our second remembrance where like it doesn't really matter here. Like I'm actually okay with just giving him this value, as weird as that sounds. Because if he wants to like try and get value out of like my hammer play, then I'm okay with that. We have yet to lose a Command and Conquer out of our deck, right? We just pitched one, so like I think blocking with one here is gonna be okay. I think we can block CNC and Spinal Crush, and then we can make a surge, throw Command and Conquer for 12, force some cards, and then Arsenal Staunch, I think is okay. I think that's a okay line for us. Guys, I'm sorry if you guys are having chat issues. I apologize. I'm trying to lock in for this game, so I'm not super attentive to chat right now, and I apologize. But you guys are having chat issues. I'm very sorry to hear about that. Okay, I thought the stream had died, and I was like, oh shit, you gotta be kidding me. No, I'm sorry to hear that you guys are having chat issues, really. I apologize. So 6, 9, 10, 12. I mean, we are getting equipment out of the way, which feels kind of nice. Damien's gonna go to 46. And then he's just gonna throw Staunch at us. I'm just gonna give this up, I think, and just pitch this. I think I'm okay with this play. We're just gonna go 5 into 5 is gonna be the plan here. I do want to make a surge, so we're just gonna go 5, going into the hammer here. Only sad thing with running the shield beater is that you can't share a sledge in the Guardian Mirror. That's pretty funny. Yo, Colby with the 5-stream watch thing. 5-stream watch streak. Thank you, Colby. I appreciate that, buddy. It means a lot. Thank you. We are gonna break the combat chain and then throw the hammer. Damien giving up Staunch. Okay, so again, we traded 2 cards out of our deck. Or I'm sorry, 1 card out of our deck for 3 out of Damien's. That's pretty good for us. No ripple away, please. All right, no ripple away is lining up pretty well for us. I don't think we're at a point where we really want to be shipping to throw the gold just yet. Damien's going to get his last pieces of value out of the boots right here, and I'm actually just okay with that. We're going to Arsenal disable and get value out of our Revelation next turn. Damien's going to block with boots and a couple cards from hand to get value or something like that. Pockets with the 7 months of Prime support. Pockets, thank you so much for the 7 months, brother. I appreciate it. Appreciate that a whole lot, man. It means a lot. It's been other streams too. Well, I'm sorry, Quinn. I hate that. All right, keeping a big hand here. Clearly, this is a big one for whatever. Oh, okay, that also makes sense. So Damien's just gonna IP here. Sure, and then 3 toughness tokens is fine. We are gonna go Golden Sun to the bottom, I think, first, because we want to draw into it quicker if we can help it. Damien's gonna Remembrance back. So we're currently at 25 cards in deck. Damien's about to go to 25 as well. And we have 1 more Remembrance, which is good. So that does help. Dig in, ripple away, call for backup. Okay. Damien's probably to a point where he's going to start like IPing them, and we have denied him value from his boots. Well, at least the value from his boots is gone now, which is kind of nice. So this is going to be make a seismic surge. And then I think we're just going to ship this, and we can arsenal this disable, leave the sink below in hand. We should probably check Command and Conquer count. All 3 are gone for Damien. There's 1 more Oasis Respite that he just pitched. Probably 2 more sink belows, if I had to guess. And then I think we're looking at least 1 to 2 more Fiddler's Green. I'm not exactly sure on deck construction, but I'm assuming 3 ofs on most of these things. So a lot of this feels like it's going decently well for us right now. We can block with a card and sink below, and then send the disable for 8 next turn. Getting value out of our blues is a good place to be in. Feels like the game is going in a positive direction for us. Like if this were a game I was playing at an event right now, I would feel pretty confident about where we are at and how the game has been going. Blocking 12. 3-card block 12 is pretty solid. That is where like Damien gets a lot of value out of his boots. And so okay, this hand does change things quite a bit. I think I'm just going to give up sink and bottom the Golden Sun here. It's probably going to be the plan. Okay. I'm pretty content taking 2 here to try to like get a big value play out of this hand. No ripple away feels pretty good. We are gonna make a new surge, and actually, am I not supposed to make a surge and just ship this? That actually feels not bad, right? Because I can just ship this because of the surge I have, and we're in a pretty good spot. And then we still have the disable for next turn. So disable, and I like disable because we can always block with Iron Fist Revelation. Damien gonna get 9 block out of this. We're gonna go Thunk to the bottom first. I actually really don't hate the idea of arsenaling a Macho here. It's not going to be like the quickest turnaround in value for us, but I do think it is pretty good. Send your account to Jacob just to troll Zach and have him join the stream as you. Wait, what? Oh, who is secretly Jacob Bertrand? I'm not gonna lie. I try not to think about it. I'd think I'd spend too much time fangirling over the fact that, like, you know, Hawk is in the chat. So I try not to think about it because I'm worried that's exactly what would happen. For anybody who does not know, in our most recent Breakpoints episode with Sam O'Byrne, we talked about how much of a Cobra Kai fanboy I am, and how like Hawk is my favorite character from the show, and how like the first time I ever saw Jacob Bertrand, which is who plays Hawk in Singapore, I stood behind him while he was filming a video like a schmuck and just stood there. So yeah, which card to put back on top of their deck? That's actually kind of tough, right? Because Call for Backup allows them to get extra cards back. How many ripple aways are over here? 1? I assume there's 1 ripple away over here. How many gold tokens do I have? 8. So if we give him the ripple away back, I actually think that banishing the ripple away and giving him Call for Backup is annoying because he gets more cards back into his deck, but I actually think that's better for us. So I think we're going to do this because we don't want our last 3 estates to get ripple awayed. I would rather 2 of them get ripple awayed. I think getting rid of the ripple away is correct here. We're going to banish ripple away and give him Call for Backup. It's a very weird decision. Okay. Going to take 4. Arsenal goes to the bottom. We're going to play Remembrance. We're going to get all 3 copies of Goldmane Estate. We're going to pass. I'm going to Arsenal this. I'm pretty content with having this in my arsenal right here. Is there any world where we just want to throw this now? Hang on, I have to think about this for a second. Like, this is like one of those turns where, like, we played for 26 minutes. We have like at this point, we have like what? If there's 55 minutes, we have 24 minutes left in the round. I'm going to think about this one for a moment. like I would really like to like throw the Macho Grande here because it helps us push some damage, which we do ultimately need to do to win the game. I think we can throw the Macho Grande here. I don't think it's too much of a waste of resources. Like I really don't think it's too much of a waste of resources. Like plus if Damien wants to block with the call for backup, we are making it a little awkward. I don't know. I actually think it's oddly correct. I know that like we could just go for like the 1-turn combo kill play where we play all 3 copies and then just like Golden Sun for like Omega Lethal and try to combo him out. But I also think we can fatigue Damien from here. So I actually don't think either is a bad option. So I think we're okay with just throwing 8 here. I don't know. This is an interesting choice and potentially incorrect. Since like Ripple Away is very good in a Mario Dave, yes. So like considering that I think we can fatigue him, I am throwing the Macho Grande. Since I am not like actively like back and forth with chat right now, I am very locked in for this game to try and win. If you disagree with this decision and like you would like to talk about it, please message me on Discord. Like you can tag me in my Discord, you can DM me whatever you want. I'm just curious to know like how we feel about this decision. I'm gonna give you call for backup. Like I think this is fine. So we're just going to banish the righteous cleansing because I would rather you have call for backup. And if you don't have a respite, you're taking 6. Okay, you do have a respite. Okay, that's fine. So take, I mean, we still push 2 points of damage here, which is fine. Damien's now below 40, and there's what? I'm assuming 1 Fiddler's Green probably left in the deck somewhere at this point in the game. Can't say for certain, but probably something like that. All right, there's 1 Ripple Away, and there's only 2 left in his deck, so like we can actually like kind of like track this a little bit here. So 1 Ripple Away to the bottom. There's 1 card in Damien's pitch stack. There's no reason to throw Command and Conquer here. We can just throw 5. 5 and 6 are virtually the same thing here when it comes to forcing cards out of hand. Now the call for backup is not great. Damien's kind of just like looping these back into the deck, right? At this point, maybe I'm supposed to give. Maybe I'm actually supposed to give him Cranial Crush, or I'm sorry, the Righteous Cleansing or whatever the hell it is. I don't think we're supposed to let him loop these back in the deck now. The Ripple Away is what really hurts us. So maybe we're just supposed to give him big attacks and then jam armor in front of stuff. That's probably more correct. You're going to banish Call for Backup this time. So now there's only 1 more Call for Backup left in the deck, which I'm okay with. So I think the giving him the second Call for Backup was actually incorrect. The first time we gave it to him over the Ripple Away, I think it was correct. But I do think that the second time it was not correct. We're gonna go CNC first.
Let's freaking go.
Yo, Chef Wheaton, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time or you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're here for the first time. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? We're going to play Goldman Estate, I think. Let's see if we can get a Ripple Away. No Ripple Aways is solid. I think I just like shipping the Cranial Crush here. Like, I know that there's 2 tough smash ups on top of, like, in Damien's hand. So we are risking it a little bit that, like, I'm not going to draw into something good, but I think that's good. I think this is okay. Even if our last 2 Goldman Estates do get Ripple Awayed, I think this is okay. One pedestal has been resolved. There are still 2 copies of Up on a Pedestal left in the deck. And Riku, I agree. The second call for backup was incorrect. The second call for backup was incorrect. That was a mistake. Hey, Moore, what's up, buddy? Speaking of Jacob Bertrand, I was listening to Gil from Bubble Guppies with the kids and recognized his voice a little. I didn't know he voiced Gil for 2 seasons. Oh, I didn't know that either. That's really cool. I did not know that about Hawk. Not many people find these matchups interesting. I do agree with you there. But I find these matchups very interesting as well. Electrum. I think these matchups are very intriguing to play. This is not worth a gold. There's 0%. This is worth a gold. Like we could put this to the bottom and like hope that he doesn't have an 8, but there's a lot of 8s in his deck, especially this late. So it's a little bit of a risky play. We're gonna put riches on the bottom. So there's only one Ripple left in the deck, and Damien would have to have it in this hand. So let's see. We are 17 cards into our deck, and Damien is 16 cards into his deck with 2 up on a pedestals. Up on a pedestal is +1 card. So Damien's out of remembrances, which means with the way our game is going right now, we are at 17, he is at 16, and he is technically +2 cards right now because there's 2 copies of Up on a Pedestal left. So being down life, even though we're about to change that, does put us in a tricky situation. So I actually think it is correct for us to block like this and play out our hand and try to do some cool stuff here. He pitched 1 Ripple away. There's 1 Ripple away and banished. He pitched 1 Ripple away, which means there is 1 left in the deck that if I'm being honest, I have not been tracking properly. So like there's 1 that like is unknown to me. And it could be in his hand right here, which could be bad for us. It was not in his hand, which is very nice. This is going to cost 3. So we are going to crack this. It's not what I wanted. I'm content with this play. We are losing a gold to come in for 20. This is okay. Damien, I'm sure, has some kind of defense reactions here. Shelter from the storm, sure. So Damien down to 24. We're going to Arsenal the Golden Sun. Blue to the bottom first. Last gold main estate right here. Damien goes to 25, comes in for 10. We're going to block 3, 6, 8. I'm content taking 2. Last Ripple away, statistically probably in this hand, which is not great for us, but I think that's okay. I think we're still just going to run this out, because even if Damien does have it, he does not have it. Wow, talk about a lucky streak there for us. And then from here, okay, so Damien does have it. I can assume it's the only reason he wants to back up here, which is like obnoxious. Actually, wait a second. No, actually, never mind. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just messaged Amy and I said, sorry, this could actually be incorrect on my end. And I had not considered that until this moment. If he has Ripple away in his hand, this is actually a blowout because I'm not able to do anything. So I actually think we are just supposed to ship this and then Arsenal the gold main estate. Yeah, playing this is actually 100% incorrect. His last pitched Ripple away is in his next 4 cards. His pitched Ripple away, but I'm pretty sure he has the other Ripple away in his hand. I mean, statistically, he should have it. So I think shipping the Golden Sun for 22 is actually just a better play. And then we get to Arsenal gold main estate. And then if he wants to IP it and sit on it, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. If he wants to IP it, or if he wants to like wait to draw back into it, like, you know, if he draws into it, that's fine. We still have 10 gold, so we're still going to make 10 Might tokens. And we still have 2 copies of Macho Grande left in our deck, which is perfectly fine. We have 1 copy of Command and Conquer left coming back up. So there are plenty of ways for us to win this game. Plus, we are in a position where we are up on armor, we are up on life. Like we are in a good position right now. This is a good position for us to be in. There was a world, somebody in chat mentioned that we were supposed to combo kill them. There was a world that we could have just like straight up combo killed here. Tried to like set up all 3 gold main estates in our pitch stack and just played them all in 1 turn. My concern with doing that is that my concern with that play is that Damien is able to just like wait that out most of the time with having a Ripple away in hand, and so it denies us like a pretty good amount of value. Damien has something. Like if he doesn't heave something, we're gonna pretend like we don't know that. Obviously, Damien has something he can heave here. I'm not really interested in like, playing like knowing that Damien has something he wants to heave. Now we do know Damien has something he wants to heave, which is pretty good. So we are going to pitch the debilitate because I think it's the best thing in our hand. Discarding Ripple Away actually comes at a cost for you here now, Damien. So this is an interesting play. If he discards Ripple Away, the Command and Conquer here is actually just insane. So this lines up really well. We are going to activate this. We're going to throw this to force 2 cards out of Damien's hand. And now the Pulverize. Oh, okay. He's willing to give me all of his equipment this way. I am actually just okay with this. We're just going to heave this Thunderquake, and like that's fine. I was not expecting all of the equipment, but it checks out. That checks out. So this is for 14. I don't think there's any chance in hell we're going to cover this. We can block 3, 6, 8. We've played all the gold mana states. We have no reason to keep our shield anymore. We're out of Golden Suns at this point. We had to block with one early in the game with that really awkward hand. So it is block like this, because we're not going to be, like, the value from here is not going to be damning enough to matter. We're going to block 12. Now, if we really wanted to get crazy, we could block here. Might actually be a world where it's correct, right? Is there a world where that's correct? Thought CNC was a lot better than it was going to be. So if we block with the Macho Grande, actually, hang on just a second. 8 and 7's 15. Are we just supposed to try and kill Damien here? There's like what I think he's on a, like, at this point we've seen what, 2 sinks, 1 shelter, 1 fate. I don't think there's any more D-reacts left in the deck. All 3 staunches are gone. 2 Oasis sprites are gone. I actually think we're in a position where we can block. We have 4 Seismic Surges, which means this costs 3. We need to keep 1 card. So are there any reds left in our deck? This is also like the part of the game where we have to think about like where we can kill him. We can actually just stack the blue on top of our deck. Yeah, Jacob just pointed that out. I don't think there's even any reds left in our deck. There's a yellow. We technically still have a Clash of Bravado. So we're going to block like this because what the hell. And then we're going to draw into the blue, and we're going to throw the Macho Grande for what is 8. And then minus 8 and 11 is 19. Minus 4 is 15. So it should be exactly lethal unless there's like a extra respite that that I'm not considering. Right behind you puts Clash of Bravado on the bottom. And then we move to defense reactions. We give the flexors, draw into a blue Macho. We go to 28. And then this should be Xaxes. No, I'm okay with giving him a toughness. And we're able to win the game. Okay. Well, all right. I'm not going to lie. Sorry. Like, gotta like decompress here. We gotta like decompress here to like, decompress to like take that in. Damien discarded Ripple Away like what, twice that game? Once that game? Twice that game? He discarded Ripple Away like what? I think it was once or twice that game. I probably should have like written that down on my sticky note to have been better prepared. Damien just said in chat, Shield Beater was annoying exactly 2 times. So it was annoying 2 times. Damien hit us like what, 1 Ripple Away the entire game, which I think lines up very well for us. But also, like, I don't think first cycle there are not many opportunities for Damien to just IP Ripple Away. He did pitch 1 during first cycle. I don't think you really get the luxury of like just hitting the IP penalty to try and keep Ripple Away against me a bunch of times. I think as far as the games were concerned, that is a very, very good game for us and how that played out. Yeah. Like, I think that game played out very well. We were also in a decent position there because we had multiple, like, 3-card 8s left in our deck. I know Damien does as well. But we are in a situation where, because we are up like 20 life, even if he lives that point, like we're in a position where, let's see, we have 6 cards in deck, he has 9 cards in deck, and then pedestals, and we can take Sledge 4 times, and Damien's required to give 2 cards on Shield Beater multiple times. So I think we were in a winning position, even if it came down to fatigue. Damien just said in chat, Titan's Fist is better, by the way. I'm going to have to message him after this and talk to him about this. Oh, now that we can take a breath out. Hooray! We did it! I am going to... like, Damien, if you're in chat, I'm going to message you later about the Titan's Fist thing, because that's interesting. Thank you for your help with the video this week, and I'll catch you next stream. Dude, Zach, happy to help, man. Thanks for coming by. Hope you have a good night, brother. Okay. Shield was 12 value, or am I dumb? So we won a gold off of Test of Strength early, which is very good, which means our first gold main estate, we were able to get... So basically, you have to count the shield as 1 value off of all of the gold main estates, right? Or I guess on the first one, you count it as 3. So the first gold main estate, the shield's worth 3 value, and then it's worth 1 every time after that. So I get, like, if based off of that math, it's 11, right? It's 11. So if you blocked out the Pulverize and sent Thunderquake, you'd have got up on cards, right? There was still 2 pedestals left in his deck, Dave, at that point in the game. Thing is, Beater helps you fatigue if you are going for fatigue, but it does nothing if you try to go for dominated kills. That's why I don't think it's worth it. It's harder to convert into brutes. It is harder to convert into brutes. All those might tokens and you still can't open a pickle jar, Hal said. That's savage, bro. All right, so we did get a win. Damien's Ripple Aways did not line up for estates. Only got hit by it once. Let's see. Shield Beater was annoying twice, Damien said. Shield Beater was annoying twice, Damien said. Possible that Titan's Fist and combo kill is just better in this matchup. All right. So 2-0. Shield Beater did feel pretty good that game. I mean, let me rephrase. The Shield Beater felt good. I don't know that the Shield Beater is actually indicative of why we won the game. And I think that's relevant to, like, at least discuss, right? I actually think you're misevaluating the matchup. There are things you're not doing to increase the percentage. I mean, Damien, I'd love to talk to you about it. We definitely want to go first against this, I'm pretty sure. I think I have a lot. I know I have a Goliath matchup. I'm sad Titan's Fist is strictly better. I mean, it does make me sad. I did buy a gold foil one, so, like, it makes me not as sad, but, you know, still a little bit. So, Boulder Drop, Clash of Bravado is insane. Crush the Weak is really good. No Erase Face. We are on No Remembrance, Sink Below, Staunch, and Grips is the plan in this matchup. I've not really played this matchup, so we're about to see what happens. I truly don't know if this is correct. And we're on Grindstone. We are on Grindstone. All right, let's see how this feels. Lyeth, and we are going first. Oh, look, they look like they're on the Damien special here. They look like they're on the Damien special. I think we can just make a surge with the grip. Throw Cranial Crush and just pass here. Interesting. I mean, okay, sure. In that case, I think I'm just willing to pass, right? Like, didn't really want to keep much of our hand there regardless. I don't think we're supposed to throw Millers here. There is a possibility we miss. No, sounds good, Damien. I'll yell at you later, buddy. I imagine Shield Beater is very good in Volda. That actually makes a lot of sense. I think Shield Beater is good in Volda because if you don't draw a Guardian attack with Seismics, then you convert a hand by pitching to keep just a little more pressure if you have full tempo. I mean, maybe we do ship it here. Maybe we just play to the statistical advantages of our deck, and we just ship that we have something good on top. That is currently the plan. Hopefully that goes well. Opponent thinking about whether they want to let this hit or not, I think. Always ship it. Okay, first off, if they're on 9 Emboldens, they are not on the updated Damien deck. And, like, that would be insane. 9 Emboldens felt so bad when we played it that night. I have to say, I was truly not impressed by Damien's deck the other night when we played it too. Like, and I don't even mean that it shaded Damien. Like, it just, I don't know. I just kept playing and I was like, Chief called, this ain't it, dog. Like, this just ain't it. They decided they'd rather protect their deck. I mean, they loaded, what, 64, 69 cards into us? Nice. We'll go Grip on the bottom first, and then we will Arsenal of Cranial Crush. Holy bananas. Thank God they blocked. Because Jesus. That is insane. Did I wait for him to leave to say that? I did, in fact, not wait for him to leave to say that. Oh. I mean, if you banned Remembrance and took away... If you banned Remembrance and you took away the cap size, I don't know that Fatigue would even feel that good, to be honest. Like, I don't think Fatigue gets a ton of value out of being, like, the... I don't think Fatigue gets a ton of value out of, like, there only being 60 cards played. Because Fatigue gets a lot of value when they can play, like, 68 cards into you for a lot of decks. I mean, the blue sucks, but we're just going to block 8. Keep the Test of Strength in hand for next turn. We'll do Grip first. Win a gold, draw into that. Feels pretty good. We can, again, make a new Seismic Surge. Oh, they get Mites off that? I should have blocked with a Ripple Away. That was dumb. I forgot that Bad Breath is when it hits at all. That was just stupid. That was a bad play. That was a bad play. I should have just blocked 11 and just let that be that. Yeah, that was not good. Yo, what's up, Simper? How are you, buddy? We just get to ship 8 here. This is not a real on-hit effect. This is just 8. Like, this is a fake Crusher card. Shield Beater, Stalagmite, and Jarl? Could be okay. I don't know. I haven't played too much Jarl. I think Jarl is just kind of like not in a great spot right now, unless you're just beating up on all the aggro decks and playing Ice. Oh, there's a 0% chance they banned Remembrance. They like LSS has made it very clear that like they like Remembrance. And I mean, like there are cards that like serve an important role, you know, like in there are definitely like cards that like serve an important role in specific things. Remembrance is more of a feels bad for a lot of people, I think. So unban Winter's Well? I don't think they can unban Winter's Well. As much as I would love for them to unban Winter's Well, I don't think they can do that. I do not believe they can do that as much as I would like for them to. God, I missed a spot when I was shaving. Damn it. I hate when I do that, dude. I hate when I do that. All right. Woo! Man, that game against Damien. I feel like I chat more with you guys than I do like sweat it out when we're streaming a lot. So I have to admit, like winning that game felt pretty good. Winning that game felt pretty good. Good game the other day. Yo, Selenar, what's up, dude? Yes, we are back on Victor. We are back on Victor, and it feels pretty good. I like playing Victor. Victor's a lot of fun. 4, 8, 11, 13, 15, 17. Keep the gold main estate. I mean, we could bottom it with the sink below. Actually, we block like this, right? Oh no, those 2 cards in hand scare me. Scare me. Bottom the estate. We don't want to lose the estate, although the estate may not matter that much in this matchup. Am I just supposed to block? Like, are we just supposed to block 10, 12, 16 and just like let it happen? Probably the better play if I had to guess. It's just to block like this. And then we can try to rip into a good test of strength hit here. Concealed object. Okay. And if we rip into something really good here, then like it is what it is. We'll let it happen. That is not what I would call a really good hit. So we'll just discard this. I'll give up the sink below. We'll take 1, discard the Thunderquake, and sounds good. At what tier would I put Victor for this season? I've had Victor in my B tier for a long time. Just because like there are some like bad matchups, and Victor still has some not great matchups, I think. But like I think we're now at a point in the metagame where like Victor falls into the bottom of A tier. There's probably a lot of people that disagree with that. But I feel like Victor is actually like moving into a better place than it's been really since, you know, Pro Tour Singapore. Where Victor has some like pretty solid matchups in this meta. And there are some matchups that are not great. And there are definitely like some 10% or less matchups, but you know, those are just going to be what they are, I think. So, I mean, honestly, for me, Victor's really in a position where I think we're moving into like the very bottom of A tier at this point. Victor best triple S tier deck. Yo, Liam, even for me, that's crazy, bro.
Lizard.
I mean, I'm here for it, but that's crazy. That's not crazy talk. This is crazy talk. I just think of SpongeBob every time I hear somebody say, this is crazy talk. Allow Claw to remain when KO goes this season? Meh. I'm kind of intrigued to see how they... adapt. How brutes adapt. Or if they just slowly wilt away and die. We'll go right behind you. We'll put Spinal Crush on top of the deck. That could be a good... If they have like a setup turn next turn, that could be a pretty good swing play. Next turn. Like that could be a pretty solid like tempo run. Curious to know what they use snaps for here. Yes, I too like the Snapdragon Scalers into Sigilo Solace. I'm just kidding. I know that they're setting up the 2 steps ahead here. Command and Conquer to try and buy some tempo, please. Please and thank you. Want a world in which Titan's Fist is gone for some time so we can have cool things like Shield Beater? I mean, I do like Shield Beater a lot. Yes, Diablo, I have a fucking lizard button.
Lizard.
You're damn right I do. I love the lizard, bro. The lizard goes hard. How do you feel about Victor into Mario, Verdant, Cecilio, Fi, and Bolton? Let's cover these one at a time. Mario, I for my like, I think we're slightly favored. Like if I'm just being honest, I think we're slightly favored into Mario. That's not a super popular opinion, but I do think we're slightly favored. Like, and when I say slightly, I mean like 55%. Like I think that is like a 55% matchup. They said our opponent said they're thinking. I like not super favored. I don't think it's really bad. Like it may be 50-50, but I definitely don't think it's any worse than 50-50. Verdance is like 0%. like when I was running 9 sideboard tech slots for Verdance, we were at like 30% win rate. And against good Verdance, like it was just not really the key. And even then we were losing to some like what I would call mediocre Verdance, not trying to be mean, but like most of the Verdance we were beating were like, just not that great. Like I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. I just, if you understood what you were doing, then like, let's see what's next. Acilio? I think Acilio is pretty close to 50-50 with the way I have my deck set up. We're on 3 amulets. I'm on some pretty good disruption pieces as long as you're not on like major combo turn. I'm on some pretty good disruption pieces with the way that I have the deck set up. So there's a real good world where we are able to like disrupt tempo, set up amulets, slow you down, and then try to like grind you out with gold mana states and stuff like that over the course of the game. Fi, I think Fi is pretty favored. I would probably say Fi is close to like 65 or 70%. I haven't played into it too much. Like I have not played a lot of the Fi matchup, but like I would say we're probably close to like 60 to 70%. And Bolton, I mean, Bolton has always been a very 50-50 matchup for Victor, in my opinion. It might be like 45% or 40%. I do think that Bolton is like pretty close to 50-50. But there's a world where like maybe it's just not that good, and there are definitely some people that think that because we do block very awkwardly. We do block very awkwardly. Oh, that sucks. Really don't want to take 10, but it is just the confidence token. So it's only 2 cards, right? Like we can only block 2 cards, period. It doesn't really matter what else we do. Boulder Drop or Crush the Week? I mean, everything they've shown us so far, Crush the Week actually has text. So we can block, take 7, I think is fine. Def Up the Creek, trying to decide what to play for Montreal. I mean, I think there's a lot, like, the meta is kind of open right now, which I personally think is a very, very good thing for the game. We're not in, like, this, like, niche triangle meta like we've been for the last, like, since before Worlds. So I really like where the meta is at, if I'm being honest. It's very open, and I'm very excited to see what it looks like, because I could be terribly wrong. No, not you, Siri. No, thank you. I don't know. Like, it's interesting, right? Does Wobble completely invalidate the amulet plan? Does it completely invalidate it? No. No, not at all. I definitely don't think it like invalidates the amulet plan in any capacity. Wobble is very good, but again, I go back to like earlier when I was talking about this. Like if you're playing Wobble in your Acilio deck, which you should be, it's a good card. There is a small cost to playing that, because I am a deck, like Victor is a deck you want to combo like left and right. Like that is what you want to be doing, is comboing. And so I am a believer that, like, I am just a believer that like it does come at a cost. Like you can Acilio cycle into it on a combo turn and it can feel really bad. You can, Acilio cycle it away on certain turns, which can be very good. But I just there's still some downsides, I think. Verdance is in a pretty good spot this weekend. The color, what's it called, Elemental Strike or whatever, is a pretty good upgrade for the deck. Plus you still have like pot combo into slow decks, so Siri knows what's up. That's so funny. No, thank you. See, I can't even say her name. She's always listening. Always listening. I am playing AB6, so like there is definitely a world where like if we get behind against Acilio, like and they're just like spamming arcane spells, like again, I don't think a good Acilio will play it into us. I don't think that's what's going to happen, but I do think that it will happen. Like Acilios will play it into me without thinking about it. But I definitely don't think that it is correct to play into me. What is happening? We block 7, take 5. I can attempt to rip into a blue and throw Spinal Crush. If we draw red, we're probably in an awkward spot. Drawn to a red. We could take the safe play of just blocking like this, but I think that trying to get some tempo going our direction, plus right behind you, like lets us cycle a little bit. Leave that on top. That is like a banger hit right here. Yeah, make a thunk. Or I'm sorry, make a thunk, Jesus. Make a might token, drawn to a blue. This lines up very well for us. We're gonna take 5 down to 24 and then slow them down. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't think high level Acilio players will be playing it into me. But I think that Acilio, like, a lot of people have adapted to the Amulet of Echoes tech. And I am a deck that plays Goldbane Estate and Amulet of Echoes. So if you are someone who has been playing... Oh, fucking shit. Please take Spinal Crush. Who, you know, has been playing Acilio not that long, or, like, you know, maybe, like, you're still, like, trying to, like, get into the deck and stuff like that. Then maybe you just automatically think you should slam it into the deck against me. You know, like, is even 1 or 2 copies could be good. And there can situationally be times where I think that you sniping my Amulet of Echoes could win you the game. But I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, Make a Thunk was not my best moment. Make a Thunk was not my best moment. I saw it and I was like, oh, yeah, Thunk's cool. Thunk's cool. But, like, that's fine. I 110% believe that Acilio and Mario are probably the 2 best position decks for this weekend, like going into Montreal. And those are decks that, even if it is like falsely accurate, I don't feel that bad into. So I'm like, okay, like I'm down to play this matchup like all weekend. Like, I'm down to play that matchup all weekend if I need to. As long as I don't play against Verdance all weekend, I think it's going to be fine. I think Verdance is really where, like, the Victor train falls off. Like, it's... I think that is where the Victor train falls off. That is, like, close to 0%, and I'm not really in a situation where I am, like, trying to tech for it. I am just hoping we don't run into it. Man, being able to blow up like that, leave them hanging or edge of their seats would have been awesome. I would have loved that. That would have been freaking great. That's not what I wanted. I clicked pass too many times. Forehead. Definitely clicked pass too many times. Would you consider Overcrowded into Mario as Victor? So my biggest concern with playing Overcrowded, like, just in, you know, like, in all honesty, is the fact that, like, I just don't... it's a clash miss. It does not always block for 3 in our deck. It can be very good into Mario as, like, a 1-of, but I don't think we have the space in that matchup. But if you are looking for points into Mario, you could test running something like that. My first thought is to tell you to be careful, because that's, like, quote unquote, like, a miss. It's not, but it is in a lot of matchups. So you have to be careful with that and how you board that in and out. Honestly, after, like, round 3, your odds of hitting a Verdance go down. I mean, I don't know. Verdance could do pretty well this weekend. How do you think Kasai has moved post-pin? I could be wrong, but I just don't see Kasai being very, like... I don't see Kasai being very played this weekend. And maybe that's, like, a mistake that I'm making. But even if that is the case, like, I'm still in the situation I'm in, where, like, my deck has not really changed or, like, hurt me in any way in the Kasai matchup. So the Kasai matchup's going to be what it is. But I don't expect Kasai to be too popular this weekend, is, like, my gut take right there. You know, I did miss that when I was focused on the game. I looked over and saw, like, Necromancer Kraken or something. What was that about? What was going on there? I don't know what y'all were up to there, but I did see Necromancer Kraken. I did see that. Yo, what's up, Philip? Dude, it was good to see you too, brother. Was good to see you too, brother. Well, that's not good. I assume we're playing Overturn the Results. And Bad Breath is going to make 1 Might token. I mean, I think we're just going to block like this. Yes, we are going to spend a gold because we want to put that on the bottom, right? That's how this works. Target opponent. So and we actually get might tokens out of that, right? Yeah. So that lines up pretty well for us. Oh, that's so much better in this matchup than people realize. Verdant's lowest win rate matchup would be going second against Fi. So honestly, like initial, my hope for like the dodging Verdants this weekend would be that she runs into like all of the Fis and all of the Acelios and just gets blasted. Oh, God, I did not sleep enough last night, apparently. Oh, by the way, guys, Breakpoint's coming out on Wednesday this week. We just had Sam O'Byrne on last week. I was told about the card flicking, and I saw some of the comments. I didn't think it was that loud when we were recording, but apparently I learned, from you guys that it was pretty loud, so I apologize for that. But also, we have coming out on Wednesday, we have Paul Van Gissel. I don't know how you say their name exactly, but we do have Paul this weekend, or coming out on Wednesday. That was a really fun one. You guys should check that out when it comes out on Wednesday. And as always, it'll be open early to open early to members. So make sure you check that out. I think Phil Acilio is that much favored into Verdance. I don't know that it's like that much favored, but I do think it is favored in that matchup. Yeah, I do think it is favored. So they have a might token for next turn. I do think it is a favored matchup, though. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like it's always one of those things where, like, it's like, are you playing Majin Bay or like, are you playing like, like random person from, like your armory? And like, I get it. Like, it's not always fair to like compare like Talishar data necessarily versus like real win rates, like in paper win rates. And I'm not trying to disrespect Talishar players because I'm one of them. I play Talishar just as much as the next person. But Talishar data is a little bit more skewed than most of the results. No, that's fine. We're just gonna leave that on top. Is in fact a hand of cards, isn't it? Yeah. Also, what's up, Drew? I think you just proved Victor is Dad's favorite. Martin, I love that, bro. I love that so much. That's amazing. Clash of Bravado hopefully lets us blow up something here of relevance. This is probably going to be mostly a setup turn. What is the application that I'm using to play on? Here you go. I'll put it in the chat for you. Talishar.net is what it's called. Noiden. It's literally just a web browser that I'm using to play on. It's not like an application or anything crazy. Like, it's literally just a web browser. I think we'll just block Clash of Bravado, try to blow up one of the auras. But yeah, like I'm playing online. And Noiden, if you are looking to get into playing online, wait, what? Oh, there's 7 might tokens? Jesus, how is that possible? What happened? How is there 7 mites? Oh, escalate violence. Never mind.
Let's freaking go. You love to see
I completely lost my train of thought. Initial G2, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thanks for being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask you when you're here for the first time. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Again, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I'd love to get to know more about you guys while we're hanging out. There's one more Leave Them Hanging, which means I'm just going to ship this. I'm not even going to make a surge. I don't want to get blown up by Leave Them Hanging here. And also, like, Noiden, like, just like, just to follow up on what you were asking a second ago. I actually created 2 videos. One of them is I created 2 videos for like new players getting into the game. One of them is how to create decks on what's called Fabrary. It's just like library, but with fab at the beginning, so it's Fabrary. And it shows you how to create decks like from start to finish, how to do everything. And then there's also a video on how to play on Talishar, start to finish, everything about like how to play on Talishar and stuff like that. So if you're interested in like playing the game online, you should check those out. I personally think they're really good videos, but I'm a little biased. A little biased. Doesn't show you the whole picture. Yeah, that's very true. Talishar data is also bad because it's the first playground for when someone has an idea before they construct it for their armory. That's true. Some ideas are pretty rough. Some ideas are pretty rough. You are correct, Noob. You are correct. How many concealed objects have we seen? All 3. So we can actually just blow up, leave them hanging here, and just hit them with the sink below. Well, hopefully, we're going to try and win a clash off Clash of Bravado. Insane in the membrane. This is your next attack, right? Thank God, because if that was this attack, it would be bad because, man, giving that thing +4 would act... Well, it's Wii Wrecking Ball, so it would be fine. But I was like, dude, that could be juice, actually. We could get had here. I have to check them out. My buddy and I started playing on and off about a year ago, but haven't gotten into it a bit since he moved. Well, knowing if you get into it and you've got questions, please reach out to me on Discord. I'd be more than happy to chat with you, talk to you about the deck, or talk to you about decks that you want to play, anything. And guys, that goes for anybody. Like if you have questions and you want to talk to me, or really anything, like just let me know. Like I am more than happy to like sit and chat with you guys. I love to talk about Flesh and Blood, like pretty much in any capacity. Now, I will tell you that like sometimes I don't always reply like super fast. Like I have very busy, like I work, like ooh, what is this? They discard a card? Damn. Yes. Fuck. No. They said, is this yellow? And I said, yes. I mean, I feel like so statistically, you just have a 66% chance of being correct if you say no. Is that how that works? Like, that's what my, like, simpleton brain tells me how the math works, but I don't know that that's actually accurate. I mean, well, about anything, Kevin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe not about anything, what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, I mean, about anything. I hope that cleared it up. I think we're supposed to throw the Command and Conquer here. Arsenal Sync seems fine. I hit him all the time telling about my triumphs and defeats. I mean, like, yeah, like guys, like I say this. Oh, Electrum, thank you, by the way. Thank you, by the way. I just saw your message about the soul read of the leave them hanging. Thanks, man. Yes, Initial, I was in San Diego. I was at Calling San Diego, yeah. But yeah, like, I mean, I've said this before, like, a few times, and I genuinely believe it. Like, my favorite part of the game is the community. Like, bar none. Like, my favorite part of playing Flesh and Blood is the community. So, like, if you guys ever want to chat or, like, talk or something, like, I mean, reach out. Like, I never going to be upset that you, like, want to talk or anything like that. I don't always reply super quick. Or probably sometimes not always reply because sometimes I'm just busy doing something for work. But did we meet? Did we actually need Initial? That would be hilarious if we did. I can only tell Zach about my defeats. No, we're going to turn that around. We're going to turn that around, Martin. I believe. I believe anything called love. That's how the song goes, right? That sounds about right. I mean, I think we're just going to try and close the game out with a Golden Sun. And we can sink below to take 2. Because this is a crush effect, right? Yeah. I'm surprised they threw Walk in My Shoes instead of... Didn't they just block with a cut a long story short? Like, why would you not just play the cut a long story short? very confused by that decision because that would have had tower. That would have just been strictly better. And I wouldn't have been able to make this play because I'd have just had to give you everything. Well, actually, I'd have just have to give you arm piece, right? Yeah, never mind. Never mind. It would have been fine. It would have been the same thing. That's true. That's true. I do get hit up by Kevin, to talk about him ruining armories, which is pretty funny, actually. I get a kick out of it. Oh, they just said good game. I think we're going to win this one. I mean, it's looking pretty good for us. I do really enjoy, like, when we have a new token concept that, like, me and you are going to talk about, Martin. I always love that, dude. I always love that. Block 5. No! Hiss. Just die already! I don't know why they say good game. Nah! Oh, boo. Yeah, we'll just do this and take 3. That's fine. That's fine. Signing off after this game, bring the W. Dude, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. Now I'm like, now I'm sweating. There's like a lot of pressure now. A lot of pressure. Goldman Estate and to make some mites. We're going to crack a gold. And then it doesn't matter what we draw because we hit the blue. We're going to go E-Strike, go again. A Staunch would be a good arsenal, but we're going to go E-Strike, go again, and a Hammer. We get 2 cards in a Lyeth activation and then probably get a card in Rampart if I had to guess. And then next turn, we can probably just try to close the game out with the 5 mites. How many Golden Suns do we have left? Oh, we have 2. We have the other 2 left. Okay, cool. Which day? Pretty sure interacted more than once, but I think it was near the back tables when I was sitting with Michael, Evan, and Hayden, if I recall. But I also remember the headband. So I will say, Initial, that is like one of like the unfair advantages that everybody gets is like it's very easy to remember that you talk to the weirdo wearing the red headband and his shirt with his wife on it. But oh no. All right, here we go. They're gonna try and mind game us this time. Also, they're just dead. Yes. Fuck. And we win anyway? Wait, what? I don't think they realized that like this was getting this did not get the buff. So this only blocks 4, which is hilarious. What was the top card? Man, they just like didn't have yellows each time. Dog. We're getting juiced. That's right. Call an ambulance, but not for us. I did actually think that like we got juiced by Truth or Trickery. Victor, one can 100% win a calling. I agree. At 32 likes, smash that like button. Yo, Kyle, I appreciate it, brother. Kyle, well, no, it's Monday. You're not streaming tonight, are you, dude? Is he positioned well right now? So Holland, I actually think Victor could win a calling. I 100% believe that. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely been times when I've shown up and Victor wasn't the best deck, and he's by far not the best deck this weekend, but I think he's in a better position than he has been. Also, hooray! Confetti! We win! Do-do-do-do-do. Voicimo, we did it. I don't remember the rest of the Dora song, or I would sing it. Victor list felt good tonight. I am going to talk to Damien about whether we should just be on Titan's Fist or not. If we decide that we can't beat him with 2 Remembrance consistently, then we're going to go to a 3rd. I need to play more gravy games to see how this lines up. Like, is this good enough? I've played 2 gravy games so far, and I made a very, very bad mistake with Ripple Away in the first one that I played, and I think it cost me the game, but might have lost the game anyway. It's hard to tell. And then the second game I played, it looked like I was going to win, but Talishar crashed before we could finish our game, so I don't know for sure. I think Rose said we should chalk it up to me winning, but I'm not, betting the farm on that or anything. So it's kind of where I'm at right now with what's going on. Be live tomorrow and Wednesday. Oh, nice. Long time no see. Yo, Samuel, what's up, dude? Finally getting back into Fab after taking a break after calling Shizuoka. Prepping Sage for calling Shanghai in April. Dude, let's go. welcome back, man. We're glad to have you, dude. Will I see you in Yokohama? Will I see you in Yokohama? Thoughts on Ripple after losing clashes with it? Losing clashes with... I knew what I was doing. With Ripple away does feel bad. I don't think that 3 games is enough of a sample size to really tell us whether Ripple away needs to be cut or not. I do think the card is good. It needs more testing. I will definitely do some more testing with Ripple away to see like where the card lands and like, you know, if it's like gonna be good enough or not. But you know, honestly, the thing that bums me out the most about playing Ripple aways is having to buy foil versions of them because they're $25 a piece. And I have foils for every card in my Victor deck. So yeah, there's that. The real. Unless I win a PTI in Shanghai, I doubt I'll be in Yokohama. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Doesn't Ripple away lose you clashes? It can be weird to clash with. Yes, very much so. It is a risk. Us playing this card is a risk we are taking. 110%. An American winning a Canadian Colin after they just got blown out the Olympic gold medal matches. I'm sorry if you're Canadian, but watching, I don't even remember his first name, Heliaback or whatever his name was. Like, I mean, that guy like was a fucking brick wall in the net in that gold medal game. The men's hockey team and the women's hockey team won U.S. gold. The men's hockey team won gold in the Olympics for the first time since the Miracle on Ice back in the 80s against Russia or whatever. And I got to tell you, like, there's a lot of issues in our country. There's a lot of shit I don't like about the U.S. sometimes. But God freaking bless, I love the Olympics and I love watching us win. Cold foil ripples are like $150. You guys are crazy. That is crazy talk. That is crazy talk. Guys, thank you so much for being here and hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys chilling. Don't forget, you're coming to Calling Montreal. Come get a Might token. You got to be one of the first 10 people to come find me on Saturday, and you get a foil Might token only on the AgriBlaze channel. We had them made with our boy Gage, Opus Arts. So make sure you come see me in Montreal. That's going to be a good time. Stream tomorrow night, Pirate Puffin with my boy Jesse. Jesse and Emma have been working on this Pirate Puffin deck, so we're going to show that off for you guys tomorrow night. Make sure you come check that out. But anyway, that's it. That's what's going on. I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Full access to roast me. You have another like 60